All right. Hi, guys. This is Vinney Chopra coming to you live from my backyard. Actually, my family's sleeping upstairs and downstairs. So I thought I'll just try this new concept. As you know, I come live, not live, but through the podcast every week. I have 5 shows now. And then you'll be really excited who we have today. So please hold on and you can come back to it and also look in our YouTube channels. Please subscribe, and if you like or comment or share across your friends and everybody. Of course, my apartment syndication made easy book, 325 positive reviews in just 1 year. Oh my gosh, there we go. Thank you. No, this is amazing. And then, of course, my third book is coming out, which is on senior living investing made easy. That's going to be a fabulous one. My fourth book is coming out, which is apartment lending made easy. So there'll be a lot of made easy series coming. And I appreciate everybody who really is, getting together with us and just doing wonderful things together. In multifamily, in senior living, in hospitality. I'm looking at a 7 hotel portfolio that will be also bringing on board. Then my startup company is doing quite well with my buddy, which might be $2 billion company. Then, of course, another one, which is a branding company, is doing very, very well for a lot of my friends in USA with the click funnels and with active campaigns and lead generations and all. So thank you for following me. But I've got great guests today. Actually, I want to introduce you to Jim Oliver and Harper, right there, Harper Jones. So Jim, I would love to kind of welcome you, brother. How are you? How are you doing?
Thanks for having me on.
Oh, for sure. And right from Naples, Florida. And, Jim Oliver is the world's foremost authority on the infinite banking. I know I've been thinking about learning more and more about it. I think you're going to really enjoy today's session, the infinite banking concept, and has dedicated his career to breaking the financial shackles. I love that. Shackles that limit and bind people and the businesses to unnecessary taxes. Oh my gosh, don't we want to reduce taxes and interest expenses? So joining him today is Harper Jones, a practitioner and a strategist who works alongside Jim at the CreateTailwind, and they are going to talk about how to become your own banker, and also how to leverage this unique strategy to buy real estate. And let's welcome them to the show. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with me today, Jim and Harper. Please take it away, kind of share how you got started and the whole concept. I'm going to be taking notes, in my mind, and I'm going to listen back to this whole interview. Yeah.
So absolutely. Well, Vinney, I started right out of school. I got into the financial services business because I was fascinated with money. I grew up very poor in Los Angeles, but as you know, in LA, 3 miles one way or the other, and there are people that are living in luxury, and I was living in poverty, and I didn't understand money, and nobody was there to teach me in my community or my neighborhood. And so I got out of school and I started studying money, and I got in the financial services world, and I did the traditional fee-based financial services, full service, for about 15 years. And we had a little bit shy of $1 billion under management, and so we were doing pretty well. And all of our platforms said that our clients were getting about 9.38%. But when I did their CAGR, their compound annual growth rate, it was about 4%. Now, why? Because they don't tell you the actual rate of return; they tell you the average. They don't tell you after expenses and after fees and everything else. They just kind of give you the gross, right? So I said, there's got to be a better way. And I looked at all of my clients And I said, how did they make their money? And Vinney, it was so clear. It was two things, only two things. One, you already know, real estate. Second one, businesses. Unless they were lucky, you know, they happened to be the janitor at Google or something, right? And you can't count on luck. So you have to count on skill and strategy and education. So I said, okay, I went and said, well, if I'm going to buy real estate, what part of real estate do I want to be in? If I'm going to buy businesses, and then the banking part of it always kind of became this, hey, well, how do you get the financing, right? That's what everybody wants to know. Seller finance and bank financing, everything else. And I met this gentleman at the time. He was about 75 years old. And his name was Nelson Nash. Now, he's the godfather, the inventor of the infinite banking concept. And Nelson was a real estate guy. And in fact, in 1980, the way that he found this concept is he believes it was divine, that he owed about $500,000 back then at 23%. Okay. And he was on his knees in the middle of the night praying that, show me a way out of this. And he had these insurance contracts that his brother had sold him that he could have borrowed the money back then at 8%. So 23 down to 8. And he started to develop this concept. Well, I met Nelson and I was like a sponge. Tell me everything. I asked him every question. I went and saw him in person for a 10-hour seminar. And I'm a little slow, Vinney. So I went 1 week, then 2 weeks later, I went again, and then I went again. And I knew where he was going to sip his coffee. I knew where the jokes were. I knew it all. And you know, and he became a great friend and mentor. And he graduated from this world in March of 19. But he was a great mentor. He taught us, the small group of us, how to do this the right way. And he pounded into us the importance of how a bank makes money. And, you know, a bank, somebody goes down and deposits money in a bank, they take, and you know, I ask people, Vinney, when somebody deposits money in a bank, is that an asset or a liability to the bank? It's a liability, but a consumer says, well, that has to be an asset. No, the bank hasn't done anything with it, right? The bank has to put that money in motion. Motion is a law of God, a law of the universe. Is if air doesn't flow through your body, you die. If blood doesn't flow through your body, you die. If water doesn't flow, it becomes stagnant. If your money doesn't flow, it dies. Okay, so the bank loans your money to somebody else. Could be you, by the way, Vinney, right? Yep. They loan your own money to you at a higher interest. The borrower pays the bank interest. So the loan is the asset, okay? And then the bank pays us interest. What they don't realize is that in 2016, Bank of America's average profit on that was 2,600%. 2,600%.
No way. 2,600.
Because let me give you the numbers, okay? Because I'm a numbers guy. I'm a math guy. If this is not my opinion, this is just math. They had $860 billion of interest-bearing deposits. They paid us their interest expense, $1.9 billion, which is about 0.2% of that $860 billion. We paid them $44.9 billion, which is about 5.2%. Now, so if you look at it at that on a $10,000 deposit, that means the bank would pay us $20 for depositing that money in the bank for a year, and they would charge a borrower $520. Now, we've been taught that, well, that's $500 that the bank made more than me, no big deal. But Vinney, you know that's not how business works. $20 is the cost to them. $520 is the profit. You divide the cost into the profit, goes in there 26 times. Okay, that's what we got to get out of. We got to do that. We want to be the owner of the bank, the depositor, and the borrower. And we can do that. Now, how we do it in real estate is really, really cool, because once you get this money in there, by the way, you never pay tax on it again. It grows tax.
Wow, I like that.
Now, let's say you had whatever number, $1 million of cash value in there. The bank has to give you $1 million loan whenever you want. The insurance company. They have to give you $1 million of their money while your money stays in this tax shelter growing, and you get to go use the insurance company's money to go invest in real estate. So now think about that. If you think about this like a ledger, on one side of the ledger, you have your insurance policy growing guaranteed every single day, uninterrupted. And then you get to use the insurance company's money to go invest in real estate, and it's going to cash flow. And where are you going to flow that cash back to before you deploy it again? Back into the insurance contract. So now we're going to create velocity of money, just like banks do, using the same money over and over and over and over again. I know you know that concept just based on the projects that you're talking about. Is you get one project up and going, you use that project for the next project, and you're using the same money over and over again, creating velocity of money. So we do that. And so if you think about from a tax standpoint, all of the money that's in there grows tax-free, is accessible tax-free, okay? And we get to use the insurance company's money. We got to pay them interest only. It's an interest only loan, which is beautiful. And we get to deduct that, right? Because we're using it for a business purpose. And we're going to go buy real estate that has all kinds of tax advantages that I'm sure your audience already knows about. So 0%. And I can get someday if I wanted to. I don't believe in the word retirement, by the way. Harper is quite a bit younger than me.
Me too. By the way, I just turned 68 this year. Well, this year, yeah, in August. So I'm looking for next 20, 30 years, hopefully. And I really believe that, Jim, if we stimulate our mind, we are passionate, we are excited, and do our body, the miracle morning, and make sure we are exercising, eating right, we'll live up to, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
68 and Vinney, and as you know, in Naples, that's a young man in Naples. We always kid and say the average age in Naples is deceased, but no. See, that what we are told to do with our money, is wrong, right? We're told to go get a job, invest in a 401k or some kind of program that the government controls, and then hope that we save enough money and we make enough money in the stock market, which we don't control. And then we hope that we can live on that money for the rest of our lives and not run out of money. Hope is not a strategy. I guarantee you, your success did not come from hoping.
No, it didn't. And not luck either. No hope, no luck. It was hard grinding, you have to, right?